Hello, Coursera community, once again. This is Remy Pham, and for this week's peer review assignment for Coursera's Intro to Music Production course, I will be teaching you guys how to add a software instrument and record MIDI data, as well as some quantization techniques in Ableton Live 9. So let's get started. As you can see here in Ableton Live 9's new browser, all the categories are conveniently set on the side so you can easily access whatever you want to. In this case, we're going to be looking for instruments. So here are all of Ableton's stock instruments. But since I have a keyboard next to me plugged in, I'm actually going to access one of Ableton Live 9's packs, which is a grand piano, another instrument. So what we can do with any instrument is, as long as you have it selected, click and drag onto the open space over here. And once you release, lo and behold, a grand piano. So I have my my keyboard plugged into my MacBook right now via MIDI USB, and your keyboard will usually be connected via MIDI or MIDI USB, and if it's with MIDI, then you will need a MIDI interface. So having established that and having it connected, when playing you should be able to hear the notes. But you can't at this point because this button down here is not activated. This is the session recording button. So once you do click it, have it read, then if everything goes right, you can hear whatever you're playing. And so with this glorious MIDI data transferal or whatever, you're going to want to record it. And so you can do so by clicking this little gray button here, and that will instantly create a new clip in this track, and it will be recording your MIDI input live. But let's say you would like something to keep you with the beat. This button up here is the metronome button, so make sure you click it and it's yellow. That means it's on. And clicking the little triangle next to it will give you some count in options. So I have it counting in for 2 bars. So let's record a quick little clip. There you go. So you press space or stop, or to stop the recording. And so if you press Shift Tab, then you are at this clip view. So what we could do is, if we zoom in, you can see it's slightly off, not exactly on the beat, but pretty close. Has a little human element, so let's listen to that. Okay, so but let's say you are a perfectionist and you want it to be completely on the beat. As you can see, it's slightly off. Then what you can do is utilize Ableton's quantization features. So we will right click and set the grid to 1/2, and then by selecting all the notes, right clicking, we have a quantize option. Clicking that will set everything to the grid. And so if we zoom in, you can see it's perfectly on. Let me zoom this so you can see it a lot more clearly. It is right on the beat. There you go. Very robotic. And quantizing it also quantizes the length of the note, which can be very convenient as well. Keep in mind that there are other grid options here. Let's say you'd want it at 1/8. Alright, let's actually do it at 1/4, seeing as these are 1/4. But to resize the clip, you can select one or multiple, go to the end of it where your cursor turns into a bracket, and just click and drag. And if you'd like to duplicate them, Command D or right click duplicate, you can duplicate several chords. So just on a whim here, let's... So there you go. There are a couple of quantization techniques as well as how to set up an instrument and record. So to recap, we selected an instrument, brought it over, armed the recording, turned our metronome on and set the count into 2 bars. And clicked record, played some notes, pressed stop, and quantized by right-clicking or selecting all, right-clicking, and clicking quantize. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next week.